Yeah, I forget which class it was. They always had people interview me. I remember it.
Maybe I just didn't take the class.
It might not have been a social work class either. Like it may have been. So yeah, what do you think? Oh, that's at the bottom. So to be a good social worker, I said having a good practicum with a good supervisor. Hello. In an accredited program, a clinical social work program is just the start. Let's see if I can get it up on the screen for you guys. Anybody else need their holds removed before I get off this screen? So we'll do SOAHOLD. Then what's your student ID number?
430-209.
Did I skip one?
Nope.
4 3s,
Yeah, we forgot the 0.
2 zeros.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works.
No. 430-209.
4 3
0.
0 029. That's hilarious.
No, 430-209.
Okay. Let's do this. Did that get it right?
Yes. See right there?
Oh, that's what I always do. Since my fucking eyes are going out. Cataracts are a bitch. Let's see, go like this. That one they won't let me fuck with. That sucks. Let's just do this one then. I wish they'd let me do it. Let's put it like on Christmas.
Wait, what are you doing?
Changing the hold. They just tell me to move the date. Let's put it on Christmas. Fuck it. There you go. Yay.
Like, that's so crazy. Balance 200 or greater. That's what it used to be.
Right, but you're probably paying it down.
And no, they making us do 0 balance. You can't have no balance. And their excuse is because their university is paying for students to go. That is crazy.
Did that work? No, that was from last year. Damn it. I was like, why is it letting me change that one?
Like, that is crazy. So now I have to have a meeting with Dr. Cootie.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be able to attend here. It's people that's
Because,
Right. That's annoying.
and then I told him, I was like, I'm the SGA president, and I feel like this is ridiculous because it's affecting me as well.
Like, is this his idea of how to clean up,
How
like,
to
the
clear
money?
Yeah, how to clear up debt.
They don't have any money?
Yeah, but what he's not understanding is you're putting other students out. You're scaring students
Right.
to continue. So
Oh, I get
you're
it.
not gonna get into money. So like that little bit of money that they owe is what they owe. But now you're not getting the money from the Pell Grants these students are having. Or
Right,
you're
yeah.
losing- So you're losing more money than what you think you saved.
Have you had a sit down with him yet?
No, but I want to make sure when I do have my sit down with him. I
You got
wanna
your
make sure-
shit together.
Yeah, I have data because I don't think he's looking at it, oh, well, we need money. This is not a simple
Right.
thing to do. You need to find scholarships for students. That's how you get your money and your bills paid for. When you have scholarships, not telling them to pay down a $0 balance when half of the university is a part of Chase, and Chase does not have no scholarship money for students.
Oh, yeah, we're most of everything. Hold on a second.
I feel bad for the seniors that's gonna have to potentially.
Hello. Thanks. I just ran. That's the trick. I had to run at that gym. Oh, man, I'm getting old. I wish it would let me change it. Nope.
So when are we supposed to have everything paid?
I feel like they will change the policy, just like you're saying. They can't hold off
He
like
will
that.
already some.
Really?
He is.
Just the
zero balance.
the zero
you have it
balance.
before-
I'm gonna have a meeting. That's like one of my main focuses right now. Like I didn't put
I was
everything.
thinking people accounts that was messed up really had nothing to do with
I
it.
just feel like if your balance is under that $2,000 mark.
That's what they used to do,
That's what
right?
they used to do, yeah.
Right, that's what they
But
used to
now
do.
they not doing it anymore because they're like, oh, well, we're losing money. Like this university used to have to pay $8 million out of pocket. Now we gotta pay 11. Okay, cost of living has gone up compared to what it was. So really it's the same amount of money y'all been paying.
Mhm.
It's like more because the cost of living has went up, so it's no difference. Y'all just looking at the number and not the years.
Well, I took that hold off for you at least.
I don't know. They didn't let me be the president of the university because they're not thinking what they did.
I agree. I do agree. Let's see if was any of you leading a group today or Thursday. If you want Thursday,
I feel like I need to shoot towards Thursday.
right, and motivates you to get it done. That's how I am. I'm like, I'm gonna do it by.
No, that's what just threw me off between homecoming and Monday. We already know came in sick. That's what
Right.
threw me off.
The week before homecoming plus homecoming, because I had to get ready for homecoming.
Right.
That's how me and Lord goes.
Here's an interview. I'm hoping this is legible because if you guys ever interview a social worker, it has 9 questions. What qualities are necessary in being a good social worker? I just answered kind of like robotically. I said having a good practicum. That's funny how it spelled it. I did it all voice to text. With a good supervisor in an accredited program and a clinical social work program is just the start after graduating, passing the licensure exam, and making sure you have a good supervisor all throughout your career will be an important interview. That's funny. He's going to have to edit this. I said, I'll do it really fast for you. Question when you start, you get the job.
Oh, this is just a different question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between clinical social worker and medical?
Clinical and medical.
Or is it the same thing?
Clinical usually just means you're graduate school trained and then you've got your independent license. So that's like the main thing that means.
Okay, medical.
And usually in the past, they wanted all clinical, all medical to be clinical. So, let's see if I can get this to work. Does that answer the question at all? And then do you guys know how to get your independent license? Have I ever told you that?
No.
So, you got to get a master's first. So luckily it's 1 year after. If you get advanced standing, to get advanced standing, you need like a better GPA. And then 2 years working. So sounds like forever, but it's not. And then 2 years working, you sign off on the form. You get supervision every week for like an hour and a half. And then, there is another test. It used to be just one test for everything. Now it's not. I don't know why they stopped it. It's kind of sad. So, let me see. And then to get the supervision credential, you do 1 more year, like supervising with somebody. So I should have had him edit this before I signed it and saved it as a PDF. I just realized that. Oh well, he'll probably realize that. What if he turns that in? You guys, going to UC this weekend?
I haven't
Anybody?
heard
Yeah, it's
anything.
supposed to be.
I think there is a list, right? So you told her you were going, and then I know the bus was 7 a.m. on Friday. Nikita's like, that's when a lot of people back out. They're like, I ain't showing up at 7 a.m. But it is worth your while. Like if you can like drag your butt out, then you get a hotel room. You could sleep enough.
Do we get to pick who we roommate with or no?
Probably.
Because like,
Right. If there's not enough that signed up, they probably have enough rooms for everyone. So.
I don't care about sharing room. I care about my roommate with.
Right. I understand. Yeah, I think people get that.
You've been getting follow-up emails about it?
I saw one
She
yesterday
did one, but like I ain't seen it.
from Dana Harley. So did Nikita do it yet? Let me check for you guys. That would be, shoot. There's so many things to do. Do you ever feel like that? You guys have way too many things to do.
Mhm.
Oh. I'm going to do this. I have an idea. Do you think all of your emails will SJO? Oh. The Shay Johnson. What is your email?
J Holiday. Darcy Issues.
Okay. Shoot. Sharita Hayden. HAY. I wish your emails were easier. Like RRO. Then I've got SB. I thought she was going to lead a group today. Then KW. TA. I wonder if this is why she didn't type in all your emails. Because you know how we can type them in and they like pop up?
Mhm.
Shoot, if it was AH. KP. RIC. Dang, there is so many variations of different emails. Does anybody have the same email as one of you guys?
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
I'm the only in lane. I feel bad for people whose last name is Jones and Johnson.
Right, that's what I'm dealing with right now.
They be getting tore up. Like, why are you that 10th Jackson?
Shoot. But then I've got, is it Shania McClendon or Shanla McClendon? Anybody know?
Mhm.
Shoot. This is why I don't think she typed up. Wait, and then is there also Shay Johnson and the Shay Johnson? Anybody know that?
I don't know.
You guys don't know any of them?
You looking at the emails?
I am, as I'm about to send, I'm just replying all. I want all of you to have it. I'm empowering you all. This is how I roll.
When I do my classes next year, I can't do
Huh?
classes after 12.
What happened?
I said, when I do my classes next semester, I can't do no classes after 12.
Oh, you know how to do it that way?
Yeah. I've been doing, like, this is my only class that I had since I've been here that's been after 12.
Oh, I feel like, God, is that mine? What
I
is
would
that?
take my classes as early as 8 o'clock in the morning, as long as my classes are done.
That's crazy.
Last year, I had an 8 a.m. Best class I did.
I didn't even know we had a.
We do in the 8 a.m. classes, people could like, yeah, you're gonna be grouchy trying to get up out of bed, but like, them be the best classes. Like, I like the most of them.
We just like learning
And you have the whole day to do it.
it.
Because I bet you this is the stuff that GRIER Nikita
I'm gonna take stats.
LaShawn. Oh, stat sucks.
Can I get that replaced? Because when Wiley was here, she had me do something research, and I didn't even need to take the class.
Really?
I already had
Was
it
it a
later.
science class, like a water research?
No, it was social work research, social work something research.
I'm in a research class now.
And at first I thought it was like a substitute to stats, but it's not. So she had me do it.
A. Thomas. Oh, shoot. How many A. Thomases are there?
That's what I found.
How many A. Thomases?
Well, I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do my senior year, because it seems like I'm already kind of damn near finished with every class we required to do.
You probably are, and you need 120 hours.
See, that's good. That's why I wanted to add minor. Like,
You can.
I tried to talk
You can
to
do the
them.
forensics, right?
I wanted to do sociology. I talked to the,
Yeah. Did she say yes or no? She's like,
she responded and said she had to fill something out, but since then I haven't heard from her. So I'm gonna do a follow-up email.
Here you go. You got a D? All right. So tell me if that sent to you all. Did that send?
Checking now.
Huh?
Oh, because, so she's gonna have to go back in there and put the extended response questions in there.
Mhm.
Shoot, I need my password now.
You forgot your password.
I forget it all the time.
You saying?
All right. So those are.
I see
It showed up.
it. Mhm.
Let's see if it goes into here now too. Hey, welcome weekend. So did she give any other important information? She said that was yesterday. Finalized my list. Who signed up in person or emailed? Could you please contact these as a group or copy me on the email for A? Oh yeah, food restrictions. So reply if you're a vegetarian.
Well, I'm pescatarian.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's what you tell her.
Where do you see that at? The email you sent me?
Yeah, it's under the email that I sent because it says I have included the list below. And I figured Nikita is busy as hell. Didn't she have to call in yesterday?
Oh,
Yeah, class online.
Right,
Oh, yeah, no, her son's sick too.
right. That's the hardest part.
Everybody just said, this weather just boom.
Yes, it's pretty rough. Okay, you all are on this. So everybody got the email? I typed in your emails okay?
Yeah, I got the email.
Holy shit.
Wait, that's right. You just say it's rough. It's rough outside.
It was rough.
Where's your coat at?
No idea.
Yeah, I got my coat.
I found this shirt in my office though. I was wearing t-shirts.
I know. That's why I said, where's your coat at?
And then I found this, and then I found a hat like this today.
Yes,
It was
you
my-
got
And I found the hat like that.
My wife said this was. She said there's a toothpick stuck in your hat. I found that hat, and that was it.
A toothpick is crazy.
She said there's a toothpick right here. I don't believe her. No, I think that's just the way. It's a wool hat, so it's like molded badly. All right. So next, how do you write a note for groups? I'll show you. I will show you.
I felt weird. I really was terrible.
You said how you write a note for groups? What type of note? Just like.
It's a billable note, so I always get you guys like what you need to work in the field and pay your way through it. Do you know what most agencies want you to do for billable hours? Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah, did you say like you could do like 46 minutes, 47 minutes to get charged per hour or something like that?
Oh, right. You round up by 8. So 8 is 15, 23 is 30, 38 is 45 billable minutes, and then 53 is an hour billable. That's the same on growth therapy. So I'll show you that one. Here is the golden thread. So you'll be trained on this when you do your practicums. Did you all have an idea what you want to do for practicums yet?
I really want to work at school.
Yeah.
I need something fast paced.
Right.
And I need
To
something-
keep your attention.
Yeah, I really want.
Those are fun. The worst part is writing your notes. Like you have to stop and sit down. And this is the hardest part about them fast-paced jobs. I always did the fast-paced jobs, but this is the hardest part.
Do you think I could get a practicum at a school?
I feel like somebody's asked that this year, and she did find one that's through the Great Minds program that does have school-like stuff. For example, at Lighthouse, I saw most of my clients during the school year. I would go into the school and see them, and then I could leave freely, which I actually like that better.
I wanna do that.
I like that than having to show up at like 7 a.m. and then stay till, what time do you stay till for school? 7 to 3?
Mine, no, I went to school from 7:30 to 2 o'clock.
Right. I liked it better
That's
when I
why you like
had,
this morning stuff. Oh.
yeah, I had 4 clients in like 4 different schools. So then you could drive in between and like grab a meal and then see them. And then if you have a laptop, you could write your note in your car.
Yeah, that's exactly why I've been on school early my whole life.
Yes.
Never
And then you get it done by noon. You can get your 4 billable hours. They want 20 a week or 4 a day. That's almost every agency. And that's how you write your notes. You do assessment first, the DAF. ISP is your treatment plan. Progress notes are how you get paid. If we didn't write that top one, Lighthouse wouldn't pay us. When we wrote it, it got approved, we got paid. Yes. Were you questioning?
Okay, so with progress, you just seeing like, are they telling you their progress basically, and you just write down what their progress is, so you see?
When you assess them, you'll have goals you make with them. So, and this could be in the group too. So one of the goals could be like, go to the trauma group, go to the addictions group, go to the parenting group. And then you write their progress on the goal. Like this week, we are halfway done with the goal. We have 3 more months to work on trauma.
You see any people in the group that just use the group for resources and they're not, you don't seem like they seem sober at all?
Oh, for addictions, you could just to graduate and get a token and then get their license back. Sure.
Or whatever?
You see that a lot.
You just came in, get some free coffee, snacks, blah, blah, blah.
You could. Sometimes that's okay. It's more a problem if they're like, well, when they would hide their like pee up in the ceiling and you go into the, give them a drug test. I hated drug testing as a therapist, but sometimes you did. And they would hide the pee up in the, for guys, what's that?
In the bathroom stuff.
Yeah, because you just move that out the way. Like you just lift up the ceiling like that. And for guys, they had to buy a toxinator. Girls could just have a balloon. That's a little easier, but.
I thought anybody could just pass it with a condom or just something in a bottle when you put it.
Right, it depends.
Tape it to your leg.
But they do observation. So especially POs, they will observe you.
Yeah, especially you in trouble.
But people do get lazy. Like I will say, it was my least favorite part of the job at CRC. So I thought it was the PO's job ultimately. I'm like, why don't you guys observe them? Like, I'm not here to pecker watch. That's what we would say. We're like, I'm not a pecker watcher. Like, you guys can do that. They would get upset though, because I guess the county did pay us a good stipend to provide services, and they called that part of the service. So, yeah, there are people that go in and just try to graduate. And if they got the expensive drug test, if they'd been smoking for 7, 8, 9 months in a row daily, sometimes they'd have like 750 tetrahydrocannabinol on their system, and it would go down like 600, 500, 400, 300, 200. So you knew they weren't smoking, but it would take months to get out of their system. Months.
Yeah.
It was just because it stores into your fatty tissues, like it stores up. It's different now because it is legal. I know federal programs, if we got federal
What you
monies.
talking about, weed?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's all legal.
Oh yeah, I know weed legal. But
like that's so different than when I was working. That was the main reason they got busted.
You know, the only bad thing about it, since it's not legal, but federal,
But I feel like,
just like, that's why people can't smoke on school.
yeah, on campus, whatever. But my thing is, if they pull you over and they quote unquote say that you're high or whatever,
DUI.
yeah, it's a DUI. But what if I smoked like hours ago? My eyes just look bloodshot red or kind of red, or just I'm like, how are they? Because like for a DUI, I know you can use a little breathalyzer. And you're like, you blow your breath on there. You're like, okay, you're drunk or whatever. You can pass. But even a percentage for it, because I'm like, if you go to the bar and have a beer, how many beers before they're like, oh yeah, you're drunk? But
Usually it's like, say you're 150 pounds, like 3 or 4, because then you're 0.10.
yeah, 150 pounds. Yeah, that's probably like around mine. So I'm like 145. Like,
So you would be 0.10. That's the legal limit, I think. In some places it's 0.08. And then you've seen really wasted people 0.20. That would be like 8 beers. .30 is like, it depends on how you digest the beer too, but
Yeah.
breath is the main way it comes out.
I just don't understand how they still using smoking as a DUI.
Oh yeah, they call it a DWI now.
Then if you, I'm just like, I don't know. It's just
Right.
weird.
So I guess it is legal, but then you can't be like hot boxing and driving, which is, I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know about that. This is all new to me, but I've worked at treatment centers.
But
Had
I'm
the
saying-
same thing: assessment, treatment plan, and then the progress notes.
Well, no, yeah, I'm saying that also too, like you said, if you work for a government job, you won't be able to test positive for that at all.
If it's federal, correct.
Mm.
I know that they're trying to make it federally legal, but that's been going on for 20 years. Like
That's right.
Clinton and like all of them.
Well, like, I wouldn't want to be trying to get open heart surgery in my doctor eye.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll be like, all right now.
That's true, yeah. So like professionally, would you want to have somebody? They'd be like, I cut better when I'm stoned. I'm relaxed.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
No,
It would be. Or I do a line of coke and I could focus better. Like, no, I'm good. Like I'll
I already don't trust the hospital in general.
right. So all of your agencies that bill Medicare, am I saying it right? I always mix them up. Medicaid,
Medicare is for old people. Medicaid is for
Medicaid.
I always thought it was flipped around.
Right. I always say both just so I
just
don't mix it up. I'm like,
I-
if you bill Medicare and Medicaid, you'll do an intake packet assessment. You have to diagnose. ISP is a treatment plan. They call it individualized service plan. And then you'll write a progress note every time you see them. And if you do finish somebody, I have all these discharge summaries to do at my private practice right now. The secretary gave them to me and I put them in my drawer and tried to hide them paperwork is hard. Like when you want to stay efficient and busy and then you do self-care and take a break, they're like, no, do the discharge summaries. I'm like, no, but you should. So yeah, if you're a good paper worker, you should do your paperwork. I'm independently licensed now and I have a doctorate, so I can act like a child a little bit. But when you start out, you for real got to do your job or they will fire. Like I've been almost fired for paperwork before. So.
OMG. I was about to tell you my sister, she was like smoking while she was pregnant, and I really they had like multiple social workers come and talk to her, but
They
like, it
knew.
was really I don't know, they never did nothing, but like
Right.
I don't know, like she just said she couldn't eat.
In the past, they did do something, so that's impressive. They did nothing.
No, that's what I was saying, because I was like, you need to stop smoking. I'm like, what are you doing? It was just like, I can't eat if I, don't smoke. And then everything that she was eating too, she was throwing up. Her boyfriend's African, and I don't know, the food he makes is so good. African food tastes so great to me, but she was throwing it right back up. And I'm like, okay, but I don't know.
That's how this girl from my hometown was. I'm like, how did you not get your kid taken away?
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, she smoked throughout her whole pregnancy. I'm like,
Right.
throughout the whole pregnancy.
I said, how?
And literally, I had a cousin. They came to the social worker came to the house. They just made sure she had food in the cabinets. The house was clean. That was it. She left. She was like,
First of all, I don't know how she didn't get her kid taken away because you pop the X pill.
I'm trying to convince my wife to come to UC with you guys.
Absolutely crazy.
You popped the X while you was pregnant. How? An X? How?
Is that picture with P. Diddy and J-Lo and all that circling for real, or is that
Yeah.
fake?
Yes.
Is that for real?
Yes.
It was just like a big ass orgy, like all of them, like freaking,
Bro, I think a lot of celebrities are in it.
like freak offs. That's crazy, man.
I never know
That's
what's
crazy.
real now. What's Photoshop.
I know it's a deep fake. They all got deep fakes.
Ron Isley from the Isley brothers.
LeBron
Yeah.
LeBron was on it too.
James.
I know I did. See, I was just watching something about LeBron for Kane.
You know some videos are about to come out. Like that's
No,
why.
I want
I
them
know,
to pull
you know,
up
people like
video.
that just can't keep a memory. They have
Right.
recordings.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, when I
We
think
never
about
had
famous
recordings
people,
growing
famous-
up as
well, he,
kids.
of course, is wrong. Whatever he doing, he tripping. But famous people, they be on some weird stuff, like some weird stuff. Like I was just talking to my stepfather. I was like, I could never let, like y'all know Bronny James, LeBron James' son. I could never, LeBron is his father, but I couldn't let him son me.
Right.
Like that don't make, I don't know if that makes sense.
Didn't he die on the court though too?
Who?
Bronny.
Yeah, he had a heart attack.
Oh yeah. But I just I couldn't play for I couldn't be right up with LeBron's shoulder. But I'm like, when you famous or whatever, you just like, I don't care about these people saying I got all this money. They don't care about what we saying.
Right. Yeah.
Hey,
First of all,
Rich.
what kills me is Diddy said that he be touching people in every last interview. Like,
Yeah,
Like Tyson, you see
no.
Mike Tyson move his hand away,
Oh
like.
my god, that was so funny.
and everybody just ignored it. Like,
Right,
He never
yeah.
sat right with me, ever.
Or somebody said like a basketball player jumped over him and he was like
He-
looking up
he
his
said-
shorts.
Yeah, he said,
Is that I didn't see that one, but I heard
I
about
felt
it
bad for
somewhat.
Justin Bieber and Usher. 'Cause
Oh my
he was grooming them for.
That's
I feel like
crazy.
There's a lot of things that we ignore though, like for instance with the Nickelodeon stuff that came out. Like I never
Oh,
paid attention
yeah.
to the feet thing. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
But,
No,
Like Hannah Montana, you mean?
Yeah, like I didn't
Was-
think
no, iCarly.
we
Who
had
had a foot fetish?
him do
Oh,
it.
and he got arrested finally?
No, he didn't get arrested. Oh, they put down all of that out, and he didn't get nothing. Only person that they got arrested was the pedophile. What's his name? Pickle Boy. Off of all that, I really forgot his name.
So that comes to mind. There are sex offender groups. So like St. Joseph Orphanage in Cincinnati was one that did work with teen sex offenders. And I know.
Like, T, why are you touching people as kids?
Maybe they were at a party. It could have been an accident. They were drunk, something happened, or they were molested themselves, and it's a passed on behavior. So there's like, you know.
That sounds like the Eric and Lau Menendez story because
I've heard about that.
Because Lau used to touch on Eric, or was it was
Okay.
one or two. One of the brothers was getting sexually assaulted by their dad,
Okay.
and he did it back to his little brother, and then finally the dad ended up doing it to the younger brother. And they were sexually assaulted by their father, but when it was just the one brother, he used to do that to his younger brother because
That is sad.
A learned behavior.
Huh?
Like a learned behavior.
Yeah. And then he said that he couldn't eat food without lemons and ketchup.
Without lemons,
Lemons.
Really?
ketchup.
Because it takes away the taste of semen.
And food tastes like that though, or
I
just
guess it was just because.
it would cleanse his palate.
Always used to happen, like his dad used to put it on their food.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucking
Yeah.
gross. Like
Oh my god.
Before
the,
they
the
ate.
type of counseling that them damn
Like-
kids.
Yeah.
And they mad at them for blowing their heads off, but like personally.
Oh, did they die or did they?
No, they killed their parents.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right.
It happened in 19.
So they're in jail or whatever for it.
This happened in '89. How do you not know about this?
It's hard to remember all these sad cases. There's so
I know
many.
there's so much stuff going on. You're like, dang, we have a nice
Like,
day.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Like,
Yeah,
the
can we have
Dahmer
something
case
normal?
The Dahmer case killed the Jeffrey Dahmer case.
Yeah. that
Like-
was-
That's true.
I-
Yeah, because he
I couldn't
went
watch that one.
after mostly men at a bar.
Yeah, I couldn't watch
But
that.
sad. Wait,
Black
how
men.
far did you get? Did you get?
No,
to
I couldn't watch it.
Oh.
Yeah, some stuff I can't watch.
Yeah, some stuff I couldn't watch that.
So luckily, most of the cases you have in social work are not that. Yes, you'll run. I did tell you guys about the client who sold her daughter's 14-year-old daughter's panties to the drug dealer, and they got caught.
Yeah.
So you'll have stuff like that. which
That's
I don't
what
know.
do too. Y'all can't
Why
talk
y'all
to
buying
grown
panties?
women.
Why
Right.
y'all buying
Right.
panties?
Right.
This video on TikTok.
fetishes.
It was this video on TikTok of this dude, and he was married to her mom, and he was talking about his stepdaughter. It was like, I don't want her in the house because she has the same body as you, and I'm a man, and I know what looks good.
Do you guys know the answers to these by chance?
I'm scared of you.
Do you know the answers to these questions by chance? I feel like you don't have to, but you could. Let me see if this works. Is it going to? I got to do the. Was it ever working when I showed you an email today? I don't think it was.
Johnson, when you are in this Karen class, right?
Oh yeah, how's that going?
I actually love her class.
Okay,
We
that's
watched
good.
the movie. It was so good. It was so sad. It's called Bastard Out of California. Y'all should watch it. It's like a case you should watch as a social worker. And like you will see like the signs or how the mom treated her like daughter and what her did and stuff and stuff like that. It's really good. It's sad.
Do you ever extend the displays? I think somebody else extends the displays, and every day we're fighting. Like I change it back, then she. So these questions, you guys know if you need to take math in your first semester.
Yeah, usually.
Do you have to?
Probably not. You gotta
It's
take
on
it.
it's on my check sheet. I can show you my check sheet. Yeah.
'Cause I'm gonna say like they probably don't have to, but they could in first
Either
year.
the first or the second semester. Yeah.
Okay, what about English and history?
It's a I know English. The first English is a gen ed. The history, I don't know if that's required.
Thank you for the email. I don't think math and English they have to do the first semester necessarily, but if they do it the first year, that's fine. New paragraph. Same thing for history, period. New paragraph. The two courses they should take related to the major are social work 1100 intro to social work, and then social work 2000 intro to social welfare.
I'm not emailing. She doesn't email.
Genevieve, she does too much shit too. That's the problem. Everybody's doing too much.
Because the lack of stuff.
Like they just we just all have too many. Okay. When you guys assess, you'll get this in your internship, but I like to tell you ahead of time. You'll identify symptoms, their goals, stressors. Strengths are key. Because a lot of times you'll just say, what's wrong with you? Like the kid. I understand that, but I also like a strengths-based approach. Like, what do you have good going for you in life? What do you have good in your family? What do you have good at school?
Mhm.
So that they don't focus on, I had a kid last night say, he's like, I got the ADHD. So like right away, all they're focusing on is deficits. And I don't like that as kids can get it in their mind. Like, I can't do any work. I got ADHD. It's like bullshit. I've had ADHD my whole life. You still get shit done.
It's hard. You still get stuff done.
So then you diagnose, and that you may like recommend a service. So this is where you recommend a group. That's where I'm tying this into group. So you recommend either a trauma group, individual therapist, a case manager, or a psychiatrist. Have I shown you my assessment I have that would you guys like one that you could see that you could use? They're 8 pages long.
Yeah, you should put in announcements or like
I could.
the real details. I just like printing them out.
Right.
Little social work book. Because I just really want to know. Well, I know you were saying
What you will do
license
for the
tests
rest of
that
your
we can
life. Yeah.
Download different tests. I don't know what those cost.
Oh yeah, practice tests. So then you do an assessment every 6 or 12 months. You also update because every grade they change, stuff happens. Every year they go to school. And then, yeah, here it is, Medicaid caps. This is
4 hours. You said talk about that's roughly 8 seconds per question. I'm like 8 seconds per question.
Who said that?
Dr. Nikita.
For 4 hours?
Yeah. Or I don't know how many questions.
Where'd she come up with that?
Right.
Because 4 hours is 240 minutes, right?
Yeah, but like I don't know how many questions it is.
I thought it's only 150 questions.
Yeah. I'm bad.
So that would be almost a minute and a half per question.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good. That's better.
I got time and a half because I have dyslexia, so that would be.
Because I feel like, if it was like a multiple choice question or something, I'm like, okay, that's cool. But if it's something.
Did she say 8 seconds though? That would freak me out. There's no way I could do 8
we can go over it
seconds.
again. Like we was awesome, bro.
I could
Monday, everybody
see.
was tore up. Tore up. On Monday, I'm so happy to be at that class on Zoom.
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, that's a little bit more reasonable though, because, like I said, for the caller, I don't know. Then they said, I have a problem too with writing a book when you told me to write a sentence.
Oh, is she having you write too much?
No, it's just like, I feel like, I don't know, like when you tell me how you want the paper done, I'm really trying to get done what you ask me, like respond to everything, answer all the questions fully, and then somehow I'll end up typing way more than what I was supposed to write. Just
Mhm.
like, my public speaking class, my teacher had me dumb down my paper like about two pages. And I was like, well, all right. I'm sorry. It's like record.
Right. It's it is a lot to learn, and I know another letter of recommendation. Damn it. Oh, you guys will start doing these pretty soon too.
Start doing what?
Your letters of recommendation.
So who's your therapist, Dr. Charlie?
That's a good question.
I thought we were supposed to have a therapist to be a social worker.
You should. Like I have supervisors.
Hospice, I would, if I was anywhere near hospice, I would need, because I could not just Like, I couldn't. They just. How do you go to hospice and not miss your
Right, watching people die. That is messed up. Like one, I had to look up how to get his pacemaker to stop because the nurse didn't know how to do it. So I Googled it, and there's a magnet they have, and then they set the magnet over their heart, and then it stops their heart. Otherwise, it would keep beating, and he'd be suffering.
Yeah.
That kind of fucked with me.
Yeah.
Uh,
I did know somebody had a pacemaker too that worked at Applebee's with me as one of the cooks.
Really?
And I was like, bro. But the great thing about this dude was he worked at IHOP in the morning, like from 6 a.m.
He worked too much.
Yeah, from 6
That
a.m.
is
to
crazy.
3 before he got
Okay.
to Applebee's.
Trimethylxanthine.
I think this is also kind of like a joke, but it's for real. I don't know if a medical student did this as like a jokey joke thing, but watch this.
Liberty Mutual
This is what I had to look up for my hospice person, and we'd lead trauma groups. This is why I think it's a joke, because look how it starts out. It's like,
Oh, trimethylxanthine. Well, hi there. I'm Alan Hayden. I'm a second-year resident in emergency medicine at NYU Bellevue. I'm here today with Dr. Salil Bandari and Rob Rosenwald.
does that look like a banged up psychiatric unit?
Nah, yeah,
Like-
I'm looking
like,
at the
look how
room, I'm
nasty
why
it
this room
is.
looks so raggedy?
To all
Y'all need to get
function
together,
of an
try
implanted pacemaker or cardiac defibrillator. Pacemakers and ICDs have grown increasingly complicated over the years, and our cardiology colleagues can use a wireless computer to interrogate these devices, change various settings, and glean all kinds of telemetry data. That
That's
kind of
scary,
intervention
though.
is probably beyond most emergency practitioners.
That means they could turn it off, right?
Disable the anti-tachycardia
I'll skip to the good
functionality.
stuff. Here's what I had to look up for the lady.
With a dual chamber pacemaker presented with palpitations. We can see on the monitor that the patient is tachycardic to 130 beats per minute. As you can see, the patient is tachycardic and this rhythm is paced. Here's his EKG.
I don't know what all this means, but here's how you turn it
I
off.
can see that the patient is being paced to the tachycardic rhythm, and I suspect that he may have a pacemaker-mediated tachycardia, a type of re-entrant tachycardia, where the two different leads of a dual-chamber pacemaker become part of an infinite loop of excitation.
Those words are
I can
above my
often
head.
find my magnet attached to the side of a metal code card, like this. I've identified the body of the pacemaker, and by simply placing the magnet over the pulse generator, I flip the reed switch. This switches the pacer to a fixed rate at about 80 beats per minute.
Oh, is that normal? Mine's like 72.
As soon as I remove the magnet from the pulse generator, the pacer switches back to its previously programmed settings. You can see here that it's
Oh,
no
70,
longer pacing at
okay.
a fixed rate, but I've aborted the tachycardia because I briefly shut off the malfunctioning sensing functions of the pacer.
She's 21 inches and 10 pounds, 8 ounces now.
Oh my goodness.
That's kind of big for a month, I think. But
Sometimes it may not be clear cut whether your patient has a pacemaker mediated or other type of tachycardia. But there's really not much danger.
She's a fat ass.
You have to order your Christmas pajamas now.
She's a fat
That's what my wife says. She's like, she's so heavy.
Pacemaker will revert to its programmed settings.
You look bad.
Yeah, she goes to Skype up this way all the time. You don't understand Christmas and the holidays, but you're just looking up
He has an
like,
ICD.
what's going
He
on?
presented to the ER after being shocked. While here in the department, he's been
I'm so
continually
ready for
shocked.
Thanksgiving.
And it's
We're gonna
very
skip all of
It's-
it.
Let's get my wing, bro.
Did they say shot or shocked?
I can see that the patient is actually in a
Fourth of July is
He
crazy.
has a narrow
Hey,
QRS,
look, my birthday
so I'm
is
confident
one
that those shocks are inappropriate.
after 4th of July.
I
Oh,
could
that's
wait
right.
for my cardiologist.
Yeah.
When do y'all have your 21st birthdays? So you're done. I'll see if I can show you this weekend was hilarious because
You got a birthday this weekend?
it was a wedding my kids were in.
Oh, your kids were, oh my goodness.
turning 21 on a Friday. Is
Oh my,
nothing
is
but
he,
God.
oh my God. He broke the ring down.
Hey,
Yeah, but look at this. Look at like he looks like he's been drinking all day.
I'm done.
Like what? He's like,
No, my birthday's on a Saturday. My 21st is on a Saturday.
and these were their formal pictures. Like I feel bad for my niece, but like dude looked like he drank all day and like got dressed and like
It's the cricket top.
right. Well, I have a photo like that at 21 myself. That
And the
was
untucked shirt.
so I'm gonna and then she cried all the way down the aisle right here. See her back there? Like so I had to walk up with her or she wasn't going to go.
Was she nervous?
Yes. Because those are all her cousins. Those are all her cousins, and then
Look at your face.
I didn't know what the
Was you
fuck.
laughing?
Like, yeah,
Oh my
kind
goodness.
of. And then so there was one other one that I think I sent it to Nikita because it was hilarious. Let's find it. I did. There, she is easy. Okay, so then this. Watch this.
Was this like?
No. Like, how does he know? Same with him. And then this was the next day. He's trying to take her White Claw. I'm like, how these kids already know?
You know, life is hard for them too. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so. Uh-oh. This looks like spam. Do you know how to see if it's spam? Yep. Look at that. That's the dean of our college. So they always do that. And then they're like, so then I forward and I say, Lillian, Dr. Lillian D. There it is. I just write spam? Question mark. But doesn't it look like Dr. Cootie sent me this on Saturday? And so I forwarded it to Cootie. I said, spam? He's like, yes. So, yes. Oop.
Dr. Booty, I asked him can I ride his food.
Oh, shit. Did he get pissed?
No, he was gonna let me, but I had to hurry up and get online. This is
He's
hard.
going to get pissed if you do that again. He'll be like, back off of my scooter.
No, Cootie, like,
He's actually kind of cool.
He decent. Like I didn't really care for him at first. And then,
Right. We went to a conference with him a year ago in Virginia Beach. So me and the chair of our department, I don't think anybody else knew him that well back then. Like they knew him, but he sent out this random email and I saw it was a beach on the email. He's like, want to go to a conference in Virginia Beach? And I was just like, yes. And then we both, yeah, they were all paid for like 3 or 4 days. I'm like, I'll go to any conference on a beach. And we drove there. And that was,
He's pretty cool. Like he's pretty decent.
yeah, he does seem to know what he's doing, but I agree with you. This hard ass approach to the money collections, they're going to screw up the whole system and make us bankrupt.
Yeah,
That's a
like,
problem.
if you want to get money, you find sponsors. The thing that the school lacks is sponsorship from big corporations, which
Right.
shouldn't, because we're the only public HBCU in Ohio, and they don't use that as their advantage. So basically, we're the only one in Indiana's region, Chicago, Michigan, Pittsburgh, like all these schools around. So it's just like y'all can be making so much money off of advertising, but y'all don't.
Right, they
Can't
could.
keep Old Central how Old Central is. You got to make Central more appealing to what the HBCU experience is down south, where y'all have competition to.
Right. That's weird. It is kind of plugged in, but
They need to put me on the board, bro.
which board?
The money board.
Do you have to be like
They don't know.
different qualifications or something?
I don't know, but they don't know how to get money for real. I know how to get some money. I own a trucking company. I know how to get
Well,
some
we
money.
got made fun of for bringing in 7 grants in a year and a half and $1.3 million, and now we're being accused of doing too much.
No, that's how it should.
That's what I said. Everywhere I've worked at in academia, the teachers were overwhelmed and did too much and were stressed, but they brought in $1.3 million. Like that should speak for itself. They're like, it's not all about money. I'm like, so if the doors shut down because you're bankrupt, it's not all about money? Because I think it might be about money. I hate to say it.
I feel like if professors can get $1.7 million as administration, y'all should be able to make it so students don't feel overwhelmed to pay a $0 balance.
We got nothing. We get a 15, we can get a max of 15% extra, but the school gets all that $1 million. So like, I think Dr. Cootie is at least the main one who recognizes that's important. But other professors are like, oh, you're doing too much, or I don't know. I get it. There comes a point, maybe that's why they do max you out at 15%, because I don't want you continuing to try to bring in 2.5 million and you can then get 30% raise. They cap it at 15 to 25% raise. And that way you don't overdo it. I might convince my wife to at least show up for one of the days with you guys at UC.
How much you said we wasn't? I thought you said it was the one night thing, right?
It is one night, but I'm telling her the kids love hotel rooms so much that like if they do have an extra hotel room, to at least go. They have good food, say hi, and then bye. I know Nikita said she was able to go
And if you live in
Friday.
Cincinnati,
Dayton.
why all of our
Dayton.
professors? She lives in Dayton.
Yep.
I must say, all our professors live in Cincinnati. I don't know how I feel about that.
You mean the last professor did? I'm about to move to Middletown, Crackhead City.
Miss Wiley, I miss her.
It's gonna be
Right.
It's
closer,
not
right?
Wiley, so
What'd you say?
It'll be closer, right?
It is 30 minutes closer.
She really kept it real. Like she,
I miss Dr. Wiley so bad.
I miss her too. I wish she didn't go full on private practice, but you make more money doing it.
Like I don't know. When I was finna going about my business in school, she locked me in.
She talked you back into it.
No, she made me take her classes.
Oh, you were done?
Yeah, I was